What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Play Fury Driver Moonwalks. We're on part 3, and we're about to go on the first race. So, we will tab over
Mechanic. Save point.
to the race circuit.
To race circuit. Virgil meets the race organizer, who informs him that there's a subscription to be paid in order to enter the Moonwalks. The amount is way too high, but the organizer tells him that he can accept weapons instead of money if one is short on that. 4 of them of decent to high quality should be good, he says. Virgil's got to seek these weapons. He thinks he can probably find them near the downtown area, since Moon City is so corrupt.
Alright.
The race organizer suggests Virgil go look for the 4 weapons near the downtown and 1st Street number 1.
Alright.
That area has many alleys just out of sight, which makes it perfect for hiding illegal weapons. An abandoned apartment, which was previously owned by an ex-gangster, is also near there.
Okay.
To 1st Street, number 1. You have reached to 7th Ave, to 1st High School, to narrow alley, to narrow alley.
We'll go here.
A narrow alley. It seems like a dead end, but on closer inspection, Virgil realizes that there's actually a passage on the far left leading to a slightly bigger space between buildings. Virgil can hear some voices coming from there. You have reached narrow alley. Window. A clouded window of an apartment nearby. Virgil can't see inside. To hidden place. To Moon City. To hit.
We'll go over here.
As soon as Virgil enters, 2 gangsters who are talking about what to do with the machine gun notice him and pull out their guns. To fight, swipe up to attack. Tap 2 times to take medicine, and tap once to hear Virgil's health amount. When the enemy attacks, swipe left, right, or down to dodge in that direction. You have reached narrow alley.
So,
Press tab to move.
again, that gave us the mobile instructions. So what you do is use left, right, and down arrows to dodge, up arrow to shoot, control to check health, space to heal.
Gangsters. The shootout has begun. Shots on the left. Shots on the left. Shots on the right. Shots on the right. 100% life points. Shots on the left. He's in great shape. Shots on the left. Shots on the right.
Right, that's what everybody does when they
Shots on the left. Victory.
get victory! When they get shot, I guess.
Virgil gets some medicine. Press control to continue. Machine gun. A heavy machine gun. This should get Virgil quite a sum. He puts it in the trunk of his car, albeit with some difficulty since it's heavier than he expected. To narrow alley. Fence. To narrow fence. It's a 3-meter high wood fence, but the planks are slightly separated from each other, and Virgil can see through them a bit. The suburban houses can be seen in the distance. To narrow.
Alright.
You have to Moon.
We walk in, but we
You have
drive
reached
out
to alley.
of the alley.
A dark alley.
Okay.
It's kinda narrow. Virgil can see something interesting in the distance. You have reached alley. Wall. A graffitied brick wall. The graffiti is horrible. Very amateurish. It has no artistic merit whatsoever. To meeting point. To Moon City. Wall. To the end of the alley. There's just the wall and a person in the middle. It's a man in a suit. You have reached ghetto buildings. The buildings of the ghetto can be seen from their back. They're in general state of disrepair, and quite different looking from the buildings from downtown. The difference is staggering. Man in a suit. The person hands Virgil a loaded gun and leaves, without saying a word. Ghetto buildings. To alley.
Thank you.
Get to alley.
Okay.
You have reached alley. Wall. To meeting point. To move.
So there's 2.
You have reached 1st Street. To alley. To narrow alley. High School. To 1st Street. You have reached to downtown center.
I think there's one here.
You have reached to drugstore, to First Street, to 2nd Ave, Moon City Bank. Washed up cello case near trash. What's a cello case doing here? Thanks, Virgil. Visibly confused by the stark contrast that it makes with the stinky garbage bags lying beside it. He's curious, so he tries to open the case and... there's a rifle inside. It's probably been left here recently by some gangs, to be picked up by its buyer. Needing weapons to sell to pay for the race subscription, he doesn't think about it twice, and, after making sure no one is watching him, stashes the rifle in the trunk of his car and leaves the case where he found it. To drugstore, Moon City, to First Street, number 7, to First Street, number 19. You have a pharmacy, to First, to down, to Main, fancy-looking house. An extravagant apartment, which looks to have been built by a famous designer recognizable by the many sharp angles that this house features. The house makes a stark contrast. Pharmacy, to First Street, number 25, to downtown.
Alright, I want to see if he says where.
You have Moon City, to 2nd Avenue, to First Street, number 19,
If he says
to First Street.
where that apartment is. I don't think he did.
You have reached to to First to race circuit. The race organizer suggests Virgil go look for the 4 weapons near the downtown and First Street, number 1. That area has many alleys just out of sight, which makes it perfect for hiding illegal weapons.
Okay.
An abandoned apartment, which was previously owned by an ex-gangster. To First Street, number 1, to downtown. You have to drunk to First, to 2nd.
Here.
You have down Main to Dollar Store, downtown Main Square to 2nd Avenue.
Wait, hold on.
You have reached 2nd Avenue, number 13, teenager to 2nd Avenue, number 20, to ghetto to 2nd Avenue, number 6.
I want to check the Main Square.
You have Dollar Store to 2nd Main Square. You have reached man to First to 2nd, man read to First to 2nd.
Nope.
You have down Mains to 2nd Avenue, number. You have save point to 2nd Avenue. You save to 2nd Avenue, number 6, to ghetto to 2nd Avenue, number 20, teenagers to. You have reached street lamp to 5th Street, street lamp to 2nd Avenue, number 13. You have reached truck driver to 2nd truck driver to 2nd Avenue, number 20. You have street to 2nd Avenue, number 13, to 2nd Avenue, number 27. You have truck driver to 2nd Avenue, number 34, to 2nd Avenue.
Check here.
You have reached save point to 2nd to 11 fishmonger save point to 2nd Avenue, number 27.
But see this? Like
you have reached to 2nd Avenue, number 20, to 2nd Avenue, number 34. Truck
the main problem I have with some of the games
you have
like
reached
this
street lamp to 2nd Avenue, number 13, to 2nd Avenue, number 27.
You have to go like way across
You
the
have
map
reached teenagers
to do
to
one
2nd
thing.
Avenue, number 20, to ghetto
and you go all
to
the way
2nd
back
Avenue,
across the
number
map
6.
for another thing.
You have reached Dollar Store to 2nd Main Square, downtown center.
I don't think
You have
Conquest
reached
is
to drugstore to First Street, to 2nd
bad. I
Avenue,
know-
to 1st Street, number 19.
Long Quest does it, but it's not. I don't think it's as extreme as this. It's been a while
You
since
have
I played.
reached Pharmacy to First to downtown to Main Square.
iOS
Fancy looking
version.
house. Pharmacy to First Street, number 25. You have reached to the club to the club to First Street, number 31.
So to do.
You have
This
reached First Street,
Fury
number
Drive
31.
2, Blind Quest 1, 2, and 3.
Press to First Street,
Um.
number 34. To First Street, number 25. Elementary to First Street, number 34.
I want to do a Blind Legend at some point. Echoes from Leviathan.
You have reached Trusted to First Street, number 31. To Second Street, number 40. Road to the Eastern. Trusted Drug. Virgil doesn't need anything from this person right now.
Nope.
To First Street, number 31.
Nope, I don't want to go there.
You have reached Element to First Street, number 25. To First. You have reached Road to Second Street, to First Street, number 31. Trusted Drug to Second Street, number 40. You have reached Obstructed Road to First to get it. Obstructed Road to get it. Virgil can see the exit to the right. You have reached Ghetto Exit. Suspicious looking boy. A young boy, probably 16 years old, wearing a hoodie with his hood down. He averts his eyes from Virgil's gaze. Virgil thinks that he's afraid of policemen in general, and he remembers that when he was young, he was also rationally afraid of them, even when he did nothing wrong. To Ghetto, northeast, exit, to get. Virgil can go straight or to the left. You have to Dark Alley, to Ghetto, to Dark. Virgil can't see too well what's in the alley. It's probably nothing, and he has other things to worry about right now. To Ghetto, north, to Ghetto, east, to Ghetto exit, to Dark Alley, to Ghetto, north. It's a dead end.
Okay.
To Ghetto, east. Virgil can go straight or to the left. You have to Ghetto southeast, to Ghetto center, to Ghetto northeast, to Ghetto southeast, to Ghetto center. It's a dead end. To Ghetto northeast, to Ghetto southeast. Virgil can only go left. You have cop. Presumably one of Virgil's colleagues. He's a young man in his 20s. He's on patrol, which means that he's looking for suspicious activities. He seems relaxed enough, though. Sometimes he exchanges a few words and chats with the inhabitants of the neighborhood. He must be either very knowledgeable about who lives here and knows that the people he's talking to are in the clear, or he's just very lazy and not taking this very seriously. Virgil thinks it's the latter due to the man's age.
It's stereotyping.
To Ghetto south, to Ghetto east, cop, to Ghetto. Virgil can go straight or to the left. You have reached to worn out garage. An open garage with empty, dusty boxes lying around. There's nothing suspicious here. To Ghetto southwest, to Ghetto center, to Ghetto southeast, to worn out garage, to Ghetto southwest, to Ghetto center. It's a dead end. To Ghetto southwest. Virgil can only go left. You have young boy. A young boy who stands idle at the side of the road. He's probably about 12 years old and he's playing with a ball. He throws it at the wall and tries to catch it on the rebound. Oh, he's quite skilled because he manages to catch it really quickly. So there's no worry that he could run into the street to chase after it. To Ghetto west, to Ghetto south, young boy to get. Virgil can go straight or to the right. You have movie poster. A poster is affixed to a wall depicting a recently released noir movie that's in theaters now. To Ghetto, north, to Ghetto, west, to Moon City. You have reached 2nd Avenue, number 13. Say to 2nd, to Ghetto, to 2nd Avenue, number 20. Teenagers, save point, to 2nd Avenue, number 6.
I think I'm going in the complete wrong direction. So,
You have dollars to 2nd Avenue, number 13. Main Square.
I'll go here.
You man to First Street, number 19. Man to First Street, number 19.
Wrong way.
You have farm to First to downtown center. Moons to 2nd Avenue to 1st Street, number 19 to 1st Street.
I think I want to go up 7th Avenue.
You have reached to down to 1st Street, number 1. You have to alley to narrow high school to 1st Street to 7th Avenue. You have to 7th to 1st team to apartment complex.
There we go. That sounds
A normal looking apartment complex. The walls and floor are of white marble. There is a staircase leading upstairs, but the flat Virgil is looking for is on the ground floor. You have reached apartment complex entrance. Plant. A nice potted palm plant, about 6 feet tall. Part of the decor of the place. Nothing out of the ordinary. To apartment. To Moon's plant. The door is unlocked, and the place seems uninhabited. There are a few pieces of furniture, a couch, and a TV. According to some sources, one of the 4 weapons Virgil is looking for must have been left here somewhere. You have a cabinet. An empty wooden cabinet in the kitchen. Virgil can see some files inside. Couch. A dusty couch of black leather. There's nothing on it or under the cushions. Wardrobe. An empty wooden wardrobe. There's nothing but dust inside. Drawer. It's not closed. And inside Virgil finds a loaded gun. He takes it with him. To apartment complex entrance. Cabinet. You have to Moon City. You have reached to apartment team to 1st Street.
So now we'll go here.
You have reached to 7th Avenue to 1st Street.
Go here.
You have save to race circuit. You save the game to race. The organizer is satisfied with the quality of the merchandise and considers the subscription paid. Virgil can now enter those damned races. Save to race circuit.
Alright, and now we will do the first race.
Virgil drives to the track where he's supposed to race Camille. Virgil needs someone to help him with the races. He doesn't know many people in Moon City. The only ones he's met in recent years are his father's drug dealer. Well, he knows Moon City and its streets. And then, you can't tell by looks, can you? The drug dealer is called Ben. He calls him, this time not for drugs, and Ben accepts. After all, Virgil presents a shock in his life in a shabby studio apartment on the outskirts of Moon City. The Moonwalks are dominated by the 5, the best drivers around and very close to Mr. Sin. Virgil and Ben prepare to face the first, the French Camille. The betting man accepts their car, which has the necessary modifications to run. Get ready. Start in 3, 2, 1. Left turn incoming. Turn completed. Right turn incoming. Turn completed. Left turn incoming. Turn completed. Right turn incoming. Turn completed. Right turn incoming. Turn completed. Left turn incoming. Turn completed. Track completed at 50%. Left turn incoming. Turn completed. 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 Right turn incoming. Turn completed. Left turn incoming. Turn completed. Right turn incoming. Turn completed. Right turn incoming. The race is over.
Alright.
Virgil won the race. After winning the race against the French Camille, The criminal world begins to look at Virgil with some respect, but the rivalry of others grows. A few days pass, and one morning it seems that someone sabotaged Virgil's car before the race against his next opponent, HG. It may have been one of HG's men, but Virgil has no proof to prove that. He has no choice but to return to the highly specialized Moonwalks mechanic, who makes a simple offer to Virgil. He will work for free if Virgil follows a certain politician who has seen his last race with a chick who seems to be his lover. The mechanic says he is sure that this is the politician he has seen many times on TV with a woman other than that girl. Often men of power see the Moonwalks with their lovers, and now he wants to take advantage of them. Virgil simply needs to take a photo to prove his relationship, so that the mechanic can blackmail the politician for a bunch of money. The policeman is forced to accept. You have reached First Street, number 7, Mechanic, save point. You save the game?
And I'm going to end this part here, just because I don't know how long this actually went. And I don't want to make these too long if I can help it, because I had to go all over looking for the weapons, and then I did the race. So when we come back to part 4, we will go check on the politician and get a picture. So thank you for listening, and definitely make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow, because if you've seen my community posts, you saw the big announcement, and yeah, I hope it's something that everyone enjoys. See you in part 4.